conversations with real scholar moms about the journey behind the titles, the publications, and the leadership roles. This space is all about what people don't always see, the balancing, the building, and the boundaries, and the motherhood that exists alongside the work. Today, I'm excited to be joined by Dr. Brittany Garvin, my good friend, who is a wife and a mother of two. Dr. Garvin is an assistant professor in science education in the Department of Urban Teacher Education at Indiana University Indianapolis campus. Her work centers on equity and inclusion in STEM education, with a focus on culturally relevant teaching, urban science classrooms, and preparing future educators to create meaningful and accessible learning experiences. Dr. Garvin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're going to jump right in because we want to spend 10 minutes just chatting with you. So I want to start with your journey. And if you can tell us about your doctoral journey and what it really was like, and how did it shape you both as a mother and a scholar?
Absolutely. So I would say for me, my doctoral journey was equal parts grace and grit. It was shaped by long nights of writing, moments of self doubt, and the constant negotiation between scholarship and work. I worked multiple jobs while I was pursuing my PhD, which really provided the discipline, the resilience, and what I call the unwavering sense of purpose, right? I learned to research with urgency because time was never abstract, and to really lead with clarity because my why had a face, and that was my students. My jobs included working with Upward Bound and then also teaching full time in our biology department, our lab courses for students. So now, as a mother of two children, both boys, ages 6 and 8, motherhood has really sharpened my scholarship. It's really deepened my commitment to equity. It's made my questions more humane, and it's really pushed my work that matters beyond publications. The doctorate didn't just train my mind, it really forged my resilience, my voice, and the purpose for the work that I do today.
And thank you so much for sharing that. I can definitely relate to working and doing the PhD at the same time. It's a lot, right? It's a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so can you tell us about your current research and scholarship
Yeah.
focus and why it matters to you?
Absolutely. So, my current research and scholarship really focuses on designing culturally responsive, inquiry based science learning environments where we leverage emerging technologies. So, thinking about things like artificial intelligence, 3D printing, even virtual reality to really expand access and equity and relevance in STEM education. I'm really interested in how pre service teachers learn to integrate these tools ethically and creatively while honoring students' lived experiences, their community knowledge, as well as their identities. This work matters deeply to me because it sits at the intersection of justice and innovation and teacher preparation, all of the things that I'm interested in. At the end of the day, I want future educators to see technology not just as a novelty, but as a powerful means to really amplify student voice, disrupt inequities, and cultivate science classrooms where all learners can see themselves as capable, curious, and connected contributors to the scientific enterprise.
And you and I have been doing some work together, making those connections. So I kind of see from a very close view of all the amazing things that you're doing in your work. Okay, so with all of that amazing work, inside of the Mom Scholar Magic community, we talk a lot about sustainability. So I'm wondering if you could share with our moms a system, a boundary, or a strategy that effectively supports you in balancing your scholarship.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one system that I have found that really works well in terms of balancing scholarship and motherhood is time blocking with protected boundaries, right? And so what does that look like? So designating focused, non-negotiable blocks of time for writing, creative thinking. For me, that's often early in the mornings or after I put the kids to bed at night. And then I try to reserve evenings and weekends for family, unless there are deadlines and, that sort of thing. Equally important is giving myself permission to work intentionally, not endlessly. And so I'm kind of falling into that and kind of learning how to do that better. I try to prioritize projects that really align with my values and say no when needed. Learn that no is a complete sentence. build flexibility into the schedule for unexpected realities when you have children and family responsibilities. And so by doing these things, this structure has allowed me to really show up in full capacity for my family, but then also for my scholarship. Rather than striving for balance in every moment, I try to balance across time. So really honoring those seasons of intense scholarly focus and then seasons where motherhood takes a rightful precedence.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. No is a complete sentence. Yes, yes. And sometimes it's more difficult than others, but we have to be mindful that yes, we cannot do everything. So no.
Yes.
Okay, so my final question for you is what are you currently building on right now that we should be paying attention to?
Oh, this is a great question. I'm excited to share this because thanks to a grant from the University Indianapolis Arts and Humanities Institute, you and I, are currently building the Accessible Innovation Hub. So this brings together cultural responsive science, teaching emerging technologies, accessibility, and teacher preparation. So all the things that we hold dear to our work. At its core, this work really provides pre-service teachers, or supports pre-service teachers rather, as they design inquiry-based STEM lessons using AI, 3D printing, virtual reality, and just different types of tools while centering students' as lived experiences, community knowledge, and their identities. I'm also trying to be very intentional about integrating project-based learning, e-portfolios, as well as those career readiness competencies so that future educators can document their growth, articulate the impact of their work, and then carry this into their professional lives. This effort matters because it helps to reimagine science classrooms as equitable, creative, future ready spaces. It positions teachers as designers and advocates, leaders that's capable of more than just STEM learning environments. So I'm really excited about the work that we are embarking on.
Yes, me too. I didn't know you was going to share that, but I am super excited about that work and launching that work in my assistive technology and accessibility course this summer. So that's going to be super fun. All
Excellent.
right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Garvin, for coming on the Mom Scholar Behind the Curtains series with us today. To everyone that is watching, if you want more of this conversation, please, please, please connect with us on our Facebook private community at Mom Scholar Magic and subscribe to my newsletter at drtina'oneil.com. Thank you so much, Dr. Garvin.